Good morning, everybody. It's a little bit frosty, not too bad. Basically, all our snow is gone, but it's just frosty enough that the mud has hardened. And we can walk on top without getting super dirty. Changed plans this morning. I was going to go off to customers and do some work, but I noticed one of the cows is not doing well. So number 4, we've been expecting any day to calve. She's about as wide as she is long. Not quite, but she is quite wide. And I've been wondering if she's having issues because nothing's happening. She's walking pretty uncomfortable and such. And now today I noticed she's kind of got her ears down a little bit and a bit of snotty nose, which are good indications that she's not feeling good. And I'm going to try to bring her into the barn and get her checked out. Hopefully, yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. I guess hopefully everything's good. We may end up having to call a vet. Worst case scenario, maybe we have to do a cesarean if that's what the issue is. Or, maybe she's just not feeling good. Just because she's going to calve today, but my gut's telling me that something's stuck and something's wrong. So I'm going to find her back here and see if we can't get her to the barn. The other one I'm waiting for is number 1. Number 1's standing there underneath the tree. But she looks healthy. It's just I've been expecting her to calf like a week and a half ago. Not timing wise, but her bags, she's bagged right up, full. She's all loose and swollen at the back. There she is, chewing her cud. She's happy as can be. So as long as they're happy and not uncomfortable, we'll keep leaving her alone. But number 4, in my opinion, does not look good. I got to find her back here now. A minute. She must be hiding somewhere. And see if we can't get her into the chute. That's always a beautiful sight. Get 3 calves laying there together. There's one that's off a little ways. There's a 4th one here somewhere I just seen. But it's a beautiful sight. Cows are happy and doing well. But I just got to find number 4. This old girl here is open. She's going to be going. There's the other calf right there. This girl's going to the butcher here soon. But anyway, going to find number 4 and we'll get her into the barn. Okay, so this is number 4 right here. She don't look too bad this way. Her nose is a little cleaner. It's still a bit dirty. She just, I don't know, my gut's telling me something's not quite right. Her eyes look a wee bit sunk and she looks a bit depressed. But she still has no bag. That's the other part that's confusing to me. This would be a good sign if she starts to eat a little bit. Well, she was thinking about it at least. And she just blew some snot out. It's really hard to say. And a lot of times I find with the cattle it's just a gut instinct that can save a lot. Beef breeds I find a little harder than dairy, a little more forgiving. Nice to see her chewing her cud. I don't see her doing that right now either. So I still think we're going to bring her in and take a better look.
Come on, step up. Step up, that's a girl. Step up. That's a girl. That's a girl. Step up. Was she fit?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to loosen it. Come on, girl.
I met with her wide.
Come on. That's it.
That's a girl.
That's it. Yep, yep, yep. That girl.
Oh, that thing looks like it's sitting on ice.
Hey?
It looks like it's sitting on ice.
Yeah.
And it's kind of just hanging there. So.
Oh, that wouldn't be much fun if it
It doesn't look very safe at all.
Hold those.
So don't stand beside it on this side. And take your hand out of the cattle beast if it starts to fall over.
Okay. I lost my ring!
And I think we'll have to shovel that after, move it maybe, and
Time for your exam.
Tipping cows. Is that what they call it?
Foot's moving.
Yeah, I can see it moving on the side of it too.
Wonder there's two, eh? Maybe.
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah, it's definitely moving around.
Yeah, I can see it on the side here too, moving when you're... Alright, it's moving here and there.
So now the question is, what
What's going on with her?
it's still alive, so that's good. We can give her a shot of medicine. We should check her temperature yet.
Yeah, I don't like the snot in her nose either.
Yeah, I still don't feel good about this cow. Something's not right. I don't know exactly what. So we're gonna treat her, keep an eye on her. She's not ready to calf yet. I did check her, and she's still closed up pretty good inside. The calf is big, but it's moving around. It feels healthy. So it's just the cow itself. So we're gonna give her some antibiotics. We rarely ever do that. We try to stay away from any antibiotics, but my guts tell me, and usually I'm right. Well, that sounds really prideful. I don't mean it in that way, but generally when your gut's saying something's wrong, go with your gut. That's the way we figure it. Last year we had a lot of issues here in the land of well, last year and the year before, I guess, of the water just pooling everywhere. So I don't remember in past videos, those who have been here with us for a while, oops, sunshine, we did a bunch of ditching here to help that, and this spring is super duper evident on how well that helped. So here you can see kind of a wet line all the way through. That's the ditch. Last year the water was probably, I don't know, to about here, and then part way up that side. That's a bit of a little ridge on the other side of the ditch. It's so hard to tell on camera here, but it was a massive lake in the middle. So we dug this ditch all the way through here, and it was in the spot where a ditch would have been years and years ago, but it was just not maintained. And then it runs through those trees and then off to the river that way. And then when I plowed this field, I also added some like this one. So this is just from the plow, the last furrow. I'm gonna fix it up yet this spring. But again, this whole area up here was all wet. Now that water's taken off. I just opened up a little bit with my boots. But you can just see it pouring off the land here now. Whereas before it just sat here. There's another ditch about halfway through between here and there. It's really deep, and it's running most of that water from all over there in this field, taking it off, and it lines straight up with those trees. So it's running that out. But yeah, you can really see the water just coming out of here. It's nice. And that'll help get this thing dried up and get us in the field sooner. And also after a heavy rain, a lot of these hay fields were just too wet. You couldn't get on them. You could see these kind of plants that are growing here. This is still a snowy patch here, not water. But you can see there's a lot of plants and stuff that are just kind of wet looking plants that grow in wetter environments. So this will help dry it up. There's enough slope here to get the water to go away, but it just couldn't go anywhere because the ditches were full. These ditches would have been made by plowing too originally, using the contours of the land and putting these dead furrows in the lowest points. Helps it all run. So major improvement. I got to disc this all here. Once it dries up this spring, we'll get it all disked. And then I'm going to replow the ditches one more time to make sure they're good. And then they should be good for many years to come. We'll seed this down. Not sure what I'm going to put in yet. I've kind of been tossing ideas back and forth. I don't know. I got a lot of good clover and grass seed. I'll probably seed it down with that. But then we were talking about maybe putting sorghum in there, because you get a really good yield per acre, and the animals love eating it. So, but I'm not 100% sure yet. we'll see how it goes. So yeah, looking forward to that. I'm gonna keep walking. Hey, here you can see that little ditch I was looking at meets up with this one. So this is the big ditch that we put in. Most of it still froze over, but it runs all the way up there. And again, like I said, it's hard to tell, but this side actually goes up a bit before it goes down to the river. And so this is kind of the lowest point here. The water could all come off the land here and come up against this ridge, and it can't go anywhere. And so there was kind of a bit of a dip here that we made deeper. It helps run it. So we need to do a little bit more work. I did some more here last year. I shaped it with the tractor, and you can see I got the mud kind of piled up here to allow it to go. And we're gonna see how well it does this spring, but I may have to do a little bit more here. And actually, interestingly enough, on the far end of this, I think I'm gonna open it up as well. I walked back there a couple days ago with Anissa, and I think if we open it up that way a bit, the land kind of dips off there on the side and then runs along the fence line. So if we open it up a little bit, some of this water can go that way as well. But I mean, really, the water, you can see here, there's no pooling water really, other than this little spot. And there's actually another ditch coming this way here, where it meets here too. So it's pooling there a little bit, but nothing bad. I mean, it's all in the ditch. And spring's just starting. Like, you know, all our snow just melted and there's no water. So obviously it worked, which makes me happy. And you can see it. I mean, look at the water just pouring out of the field here. And this ditch, and just taking off. Very cool. So I got to shape this because you can see it's a little high now. I noticed that with a lot of ditches, the one they recently did on the road here as well, they dug the ditch out, they pile it here. Now the field is lower, and then higher, and then the ditch, so the water can't get out. So here we're going to work this all. I'll probably take my loader bucket and push this farther back into the field, and then when we disc it all, hopefully it'll just kind of slope nicely. Okay, different day, but it just dawned on me. I don't know why I didn't think of it before, but number 4 we had in the chute. She's due to calve, but not quite ready yet. She's not even dilated, but she was looking depressed. We did give her antibiotics. This is the next day. She still looks depressed, and suddenly it just dawned on me she could be having milk fever, which is very well possible prior to calving as well as after calving, where the body gets robbed of calcium and they kind of go into like a shock. So I have a bottle of calcium under my arm here. I have the hose to administer it here. We're going to see if we can get that cow back in the chute before it gets dark out here, and we're going to give her a bottle of calcium and see if that helps, because she still does not look good today. We also have a brand new calf born this morning, and it's a little bull calf, so I'm going to castrate it, which is the silver ones. You can see the little band on there, as well as give it an ear tag. I'm going to try that anyway. The other ones I have not been able to ear tag yet because I waited too long and they're pretty spunky, but this one's just born. I'm hoping we're going to be able to do it. And it sounds like I hear a goat, so maybe there's a brand new goat. That'd be kind of neat. Drop off this bottle here, and then we're going to go find that calf. Okay, not a new baby goat, same one, just missing its mummy. It's making lots of racket. Alright, cute little calf. Banging on the wrong cow. That's not the mom on the right, that's the mom on the left. There she goes to the mom. Nice looking little calf. Kind of a goofy head on him. I don't know the dad on these guys, right? So I can't tell you the breeding. The mom is, if not pure Angus, mostly Angus, black Angus. And then the calf is, I don't know what. Mix of some kind. Anyway, I'm going to get that thing castrated. Just basically putting elastic on its scrotum, and then it'll eventually fall off. Doing it at this stage in life is basically not noticeable to them, doesn't hardly bother them, and you will not have any negative growth consequences. Doing it later at 300-400 pounds, studies have found it really makes no difference to leave them on that long. Some people do in the hopes of them gaining more muscle mass, but apparently studies have shown that that doesn't really take place until after about 600 pounds, when they start to reach sexual maturity. Then they will actually grow a lot faster intact with their equipment on, rather than being castrated. So basically we're going to castrate him now and just not worry about him. The reason I do it is because I do not want him breeding these cows later on. We would like only our purebred Angus bull to do that job. Now it may be hard to get this guy because it's already running around, but we're going to give her a go. gotta grab a hold of that thing. Okay, where's Wes? Shouldn't take too long. As long as it doesn't start balling, that's when you really have a problem. Okay, so there's lines in the ear.
Okay.
That line, you want to go between them. You do not want to hit a line. You hit a line, that hurts. Okay, just like that's done. The back goes through the front. But if you were to hit one of those lines, cartilage lines, it causes pain. Okay, I gotta move to the back of the calf.
No, it doesn't hurt.
Oh, it'll still hurt a little bit, but not like that. And it'll bleed like a bugger. Gotta make sure they're both in there, which they are. There, you see it's on. The band is on there. You gotta make sure both testicles are in, otherwise it's pointless. So that's it. The calf didn't even make a noise. You can back up, look at the calf core. And there it goes. You go back to your mummy. Away she's gone. Or he's gone.
We're gonna needle the other calf? No, not needle them, put a tag on the other.
So there, clear to see, very spunky calf and not affected in any way. Tail up and it's still having a heyday.
Are you gonna move this?
Yeah, it's goofy looking. I think that's just the dad. Coming right now? Nah, we just got to get her back up there. She doesn't want to. Make some noise behind her when it's far away. I know my forks are here, Rich. We're going to wait for them to get lost. Let's go back in the crate.
What?
Hi, girl. Come on, girl. That's it. Come on. Okay, Jerry, stand around that corner there. Come on. Yep, come on. Come on. That's it.
Hey!
Come on, girl. Come on. Come on, girl. That's it. There you go. There you go. Yep, yep, yep. Come on. Come on, girl. Yep. 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 Hey. Put her over here. Step up. Step up. That's it, girl. Yep, you go. Yep, step up. Step up. Yep, come on. Yep. Step up. Step up. Step up. Come on, girl. Hey, hey. Step up. That is girl. This hose is meant for that. The bottle goes in one end. This little hole allows the air to go through. And then we got a needle on the other end. Significant size on the needle. You could do it with a smaller one, it just takes a long time. The idea is for the calcium to go under the skin. So I'll pull the skin up a bit. Skinnier cows is a little harder to do and she's really full pressure. But anyway, get it underneath the skin. We'll put calcium down there in several places and then the body will absorb that and hopefully it'll help her out. So these are all sealed up. You just peel these off. Hold that, Wes. A rubber stopper can pull out. Now you can, this is actually material you could stick a syringe through here if you wanted just a small quantity. If I was doing a goat or something, it'd never give it the whole bottle. Then you gotta pop this guy on. Like so. Now, she may not have milk fever. She does not look as bad as typical, but this stuff is dirt cheap. It's just calcium. And a lot cheaper than losing a cow. Milk fever will kill a cow. Come on, girl. In you go. Now you can tell if it's going in. Right now it's not. Oh, there it goes. You can see the air bubbles. I don't know if you can see that on camera, Cora.
Yeah.
You zoomed in there. There's air bubbles going in, so you know it's going in. Eventually you'll feel a bump here. And I just tried to put some in every spot. It just gravity feeds into. So. The little goat's doing good, eh? Okay, so I got about a third of the bottle there. There's a significant bump here. I'll pull this out and then rub the spot, otherwise it'll all leak out. With rubbing the spot, you kind of close the hole, then I'll pick another spot. Oh, I should get a new needle. This one's kind of dull. Okay, up she goes. And you got air bubbles. Yep. Now, quite often, milk fever, they're feeling real bad. So I'm not guaranteeing this is actually milk fever, but like I said, it's real cheap. You know, it costs nothing, basically. I think a whole bottle like this is $13, whereas the cow is worth anywhere from $1,500 to $2,000, especially with the calf in there. So. Skin out a little bit and stick it in there. Okay, and we don't want to be in too deep, just under the skin. If it doesn't come out nice, then we're not quite situated right, but it looks like that's going to work. And yeah, there goes some air bubbles. Alright, once again, the phone died. We're in the middle of that. So anyway, I treated her. Should be able to tell very easily. Normally, like if they're real bad shape, you can tell almost instantaneously. They start to look a little bit better. In this case, we'll wait till tomorrow and hopefully it makes an improvement. So we let her go again and we'll take a look at that tomorrow.